Darius obviously was big to start off Big 12 play with a win. Kind of some ebbs and flows. You guys got out to a lead. You kind of had to fight them off at the end. But just kind of looking back at that time at Texas Tech, what did you like most about your basketball team?
I think we played very well together. I feel like we, took advantage of the matchups we had. Keyshawn clearly got it going early, so we just try to find him as much as possible. Just play throughout him. Play with him in the ball, allow him to make plays for his teammates, and just trust him to make shots, which he did the whole first half.
EJ, you mentioned letting Keyshawn play in the first half. In the second half, it seems like you took over late in the game, whether it was hitting that rainbow three or getting to the line continuously. What did you feel in that time and to get UCF to hold on to the lead?
I feel like during the second half they came out a little bit more aggressive. I feel like it may have been different from some things that our guys have seen. I just came in, used my veteran leadership, just attacked them. When guys pressure you, just don't let them bother you. Just go right by them and try to make the next play. Obviously, I had the hot hand. I was finding plays, getting to the basket or being able to get fouled and get to the line. Keyshawn, I feel like they threw a little more guys at him, trying to throw some doubles, different types of scenarios to where he wasn't able to get as clean a looks as he was the first half.
Darius, you were back in a situation where you had to fend off a late-game charge. What was different about Lubbock as opposed to the Greenbrier?
Honestly, the environment was definitely different being in Lubbock. I feel like we didn't let the crowd bother us. I feel like last year that probably would have affected us a little bit. And it's a different arena. The Greenbrier tournament it just felt kind of tight and compact. Playing in a ballroom, it's a different scenario than we play here and stuff like that.
You're going into Sunday. Have you been able to take a look at Kansas? What have you seen? How do you plan on preparing personally, and how do you think the team is ready to play them as well?
The team, we're still preparing, each and every day, making sure we go through our scout and, preparation and stuff like that. But, me personally, I know they like to run their offense through Hunter, very skilled, Hall of Fame big. We just have to limit his touches, do our work early. They have a lot of skilled guards. The kid Zeke Mayo, we also played him last year, so we're a little bit familiar with him. So we kind of have a scout, how to guard him and stuff like that, things to limit these guys' touches and not get them as much easy looks.
You're one of the few guys that was on the floor last year for UCF in that game. How do you take something from that and help your team this year with so many new guys?
Just stay composed, don't make the game bigger than what it is. Treat this team like it's, Peter Pan prep, as coaches would say. Don't look at them any different than no other team. You don't put them on a higher pedestal just because they have a name on the front of their jersey. Every guy's good. All Division I basketball players are good. That's why we're all at this level right here. So just come out ready to compete.
Darius, are there moments when you're on the floor, leading the unit, and you look around, you see all the different guys who can, Keyshawn and Jalen, where you think to yourself, man, any one of these guys could go off like Keyshawn did the other night? And how does that make you feel, the idea that maybe you don't necessarily have to carry the team at times, that you can kind of find other guys around you that maybe can step up and be that guy?
That's great. Being in my position, I've always, led by example. I can score, I can facilitate, whatever my team needs me to do. But, this year we have a lot of guys who can put the ball in the basket. Every night, the ball is not going to fall every night. I try to tell the guys that every time. The thing that can be most consistent is our defense. That's the things that we can control. How much we're talking. Our communication, making sure we're active with our hands. That's everything that we can control. Guys, they put the work in. I trust my teammates to make shots, and they trust me. So we just got to play well with each other. I feel like our chemistry is continuing to grow each and every game. Adding Jalen back, that's another big factor for us. Another leading scorer on our team from last year. So we're just putting it all together. I still don't think we've reached our highest peak yet. We're still growing as a team.
Speaking of bringing Jalen back, what's it like? What's your role in help building that continuity with Jalen and the rest of his new teammates coming in, and then also you have Mikey thrown in there as well?
Honestly, it's different because we have so much talent. Last year, me and Jalen, we probably had to carry the load a little bit more. So this year it's just telling him to just keep it simple. We don't need you to try to go get 30 every night. We have a lot of talented guys. Our biggest goal is winning. Every guy can score, so just take what the defense gives you. You got an open shot, take it. If someone two play one, get the ball up. Simple stuff like that.
Kansas is ranked top 20 nationally in assists and assist-to-turnover ratio. So how do you guys try to get them out of rhythm and not let them settle into their offense?
We have different defenses to kind of throw them off balance. We want to be active. We want to try to speed them up a little bit probably. We have different types of presses, different things we can throw at them. But, we try to disrupt their offense. They like to play comfortable. they like to assist, make guys better. So we're going to try to, discontinue that, by, make sure we pressure the ball and, keep guys out of our paint.
At Texas Tech, I'm sure you were frustrated in the moment for committing that flagrant foul. But after that, I mean, you played lights out. You couldn't play it any better after that. Is that where maybe an older, more experienced Darius Johnson doesn't let a play like that bother him?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely shouldn't have got the flagrant in the first place. But, that's definitely, younger Darius probably would have reacted and got another flagrant after that. So we're glad I'm growing up now.
Talk about the confidence that going on the road to beat Texas Tech, to open up conference play does for you. Last year it was different. You guys were on the road, lost to TCU. So what does that do for you guys now, knowing that you're in full steam going into conference play?
Well, I think right there, going and get a road win against a very talented team, it sets a tone for us and the rest of the Big 12. I feel like we're a team that's underestimated, and that's okay, because if you keep underestimating, things like that can happen. Having the experience with me and Jalen, knowing what to expect going into those rough environments like that, you could take the crowd out of those games. I feel like, the crowd was pretty silent for majority of the game until, they had that one little stretch where they went on a run with a lot of transition buckets. So you could take the crowd out with, threes, dunks and stuff like that. So.
Darius, Coach Dawkins called you a coach among the players. What is your relationship in terms of coaching and kind of taking that role on the floor there?
Just trying to echo everything our coaches tell me. I've been under Coach Dawkins for, the past 3 years. So I kind of been in every situation with him, so I kind of know what he's going to say or what he wants the team to understand. So, just trying to reiterate that to make his job easier and to make my job easier as well.
Darius, how important is, you experienced this last year, obviously, when you upset Kansas and the student section, everyone stormed the court. How important is the atmosphere for Sunday's game? I mean, how does that impact you guys, maybe get you guys revved up, having a good crowd?
It's going to be great, People really don't recognize this, but, the crowds, they make or break a game, with the momentum, when you get plays like dunks and the crowd's going crazy. Last year we used to slap the floor, the crowd used to get extra loud. So, just stuff like that, knowing you got people behind your back. Going on the road is tough because you're just with, the guys you travel with and your staff. You don't really have any fans like that. We haven't got UCF to where we're a school where we bring people along with us wherever we go.
All set?
Coach Darius, you're facing a Kansas team that's coming off of a loss. From your experience, either playing teams coming off of a loss or you coming up with a loss, what's it like going into a game with that situation?
Honestly, you just got to focus on the next play. You can't let what you did last game, carry on to the next game. Obviously, take the good in what you did in the previous games, bring that along with you, but you can't get discouraged. You're just focusing on going 1-0 every night. Kansas, they're going to come in here hyped up, coming off a loss. But at the end of the day, this is our home, and we got to protect home court.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Darius.
Appreciate it.